All right, good afternoon, everybody. About 3:15, July 30th, Monday. Back over at the garage to continue on with epoxy primer for the doors and the boot lid. Doors are about prepped. The boot lid, I still got some inspection and some final cleaning to do, but that's about ready to go also. I was here yesterday, Sunday, for quite a while, just cleaning everything up in here. Got a bunch of parts and boxes and everything just to kind of get it a little bit better organized. Vacuuming the whole place up and everything. Got the car back on the sawhorses, so now she's mobile again. A little easier to get around and to check stuff out. But that's my plan for the evening. My high-tech door hanging thing. So it's about 5 o'clock. Got the doors hung, trialed up. So that's just a real simple frame, 2x4s. Can't get the boot lid on there too. Don't have enough room, so I'll have to spray these 2 coats. Maybe have to do the boot lid tomorrow or another day, I should say, something. I gotta check for the cure times and how much time I'm gonna have. But anyway, clean them really well and with the wax and grease remover, and then I should be ready to shoot some paint. One thing I forgot about is the frame here that supports the boot lid. I do want to get that cleaned up and epoxy primered also. The other thing I'm gonna do, these are the hinge nut plates or bolting plates, whatever you want to call them, the holes that I've got the earplugs in or threads in there. Get these epoxy primered also. So based on the time it is now and the fact that I need to set up the tent still and all that, I might not get to paint tonight. You know, once I start, I want to get 2 coats on everything, so I might be better off getting completely prepped and ready to go tonight and then coming in as soon as my next visit and mixing some paint and shooting quick. So we'll see. All right, about 7 o'clock or so, everything is prepped and cleaned with wax and grease remover. I'll do it all again right before I shoot. But I don't even have the tent set up, as you can see. So I'm going to get the tent set up and then call it a night based on the time and the fact that it is a school night and the having to wait for the induction time of the paint and then the 2 coats and time between the coats and yada, yada, yada. I just don't want to be here that late tonight. So next visit, I'll get right at mixing up some paint, cleaning the panels up, and getting them shot. Happy August. 3 o'clock, August 1st, back over here to get some painting done today. What I'm going to do here is mix up some epoxy primer and shoot the insides of the door and that one lip of the boot lid with wax and grease remover, and then use a paintbrush to get inside the hard to reach areas in the door. I don't think I'm going to be able to get in there with the spray gun at least adequately enough to not be afraid I don't get any good coverage. So it's going to be awkward. It's probably going to be a little bit of a mess, but I'm going to try and get in there as best as I can to get epoxy in the tops and the bottoms of the door. Do the top and the bottom and then work the sides as well as I can. So that's the plan for a little bit here, and then get everything painted a couple coats. And then probably stop for the night because it'll be nasty in here. And obviously when I set this paint booth up, it pretty much takes up the whole place. So might be a little bit of an early night, but we'll see how it goes. All right, the paint's been inducing for about 35 minutes or so. These are the conditions I'm looking at in the garage. About 72 degrees, but the humidity's a little up there. So I got the air conditioning on to try and tamp that down a little bit. And I've got these all cleaned. Wax and grease remover all dried up in there. So now I'm just going to take a 3-inch, this guy right here, 3-inch chip brush, and like I said, get on those nooks and crannies, and do 2 coats of that, so half an hour between coats and that normal waiting time, and then getting into proper painting. All right, about 5:30, 2 coats on everything. It's not real pretty, but it's on there. So you can see I just kind of brushed it on just to try to cover all those areas that I thought were important for rust control. Mostly, again, this is not a cosmetic thing. Little drip there. It's a rust control thing. So the door interior is all done. And the boot lid, I probably didn't need to do that, this seam here in hindsight, because I can probably angle the gun in there good enough. But I did it anyway. So now what I got in here is the boot frame and the boot lid, and then all those little hinge plates. So these are going to get sprayed first. 2 coats, 30-minute wait time in between each. You notice I covered Dorothy back there just with a simple little thin tarp. It cost me like 98 cents, I think, at Walmart. It was better, you know, better safe than sorry. But anyway, 2 coats on this stuff here. Front and back, obviously. Wait 30 minutes, another 2 coats. And then I'm going to take these 2 items out and hang them from these racks here. And I already made sure that that works because I can't hang everything on that rack at the same time. So once I get those transferred back out here after they're done being painted very carefully, I'll move the doors in and get the doors cleaned up and get them ready to go as well. So that's the plan ahead. About 8 o'clock, done for the evening. 2 wet coats of epoxy primer on the doors. Had some cratering problems. I think it was a gun setup problem, putting on the paint too heavy. I don't know if you can kind of see that in the light there. But still figuring out this paint thing a little bit. So only the 3rd time or so that I've painted. You can really see the dents and dings and everything else now on the doors with the shininess to the paint now. So that's another reason why I did that, just so I could tell what I've got to fix and what I don't. Also got the boot lid and the boot lid frame done. Really can see the paint marks in the bottom of the boot lid frame, but I'm not too concerned about that because, again, it's the bottom of it. Not going to really see it, though I will paint it in red. And I also got the door hinge plates, attachment plates, whatever you call them, done as well. But otherwise, happy with the way that it came out, or happy enough. I'll be able to start body work on these items now. I will be over here tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I'll figure something out, I'm sure. So thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. And of course, thanks for subscribing. About 865 or so. So a couple big pops in the last couple days. I really appreciate that from everybody, from spreading the word and getting the likes out there. Otherwise, I hope you're having a good week. And that's all I've got for tonight. Cheers.